Old is the new film directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and does this movie succeed, or does it flop hard like The Happening?
What? No.
So let's get into the story of Old, a thriller about a family on a tropical holiday who discovered that the secluded beach where they are relaxing for a few hours is somehow causing them to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a single day. When I saw this trailer, I was completely amazed by the concept. Some of the delivery in the trailer I was a little skeptical about because it honestly looked kind of cheesy with the way these actors were portraying their characters, and that was already my assumption from the trailer. Now when it comes to the negatives of this movie, it's kind of a weird toss-up because some of the negatives are actually positives. And with that being said, the first negative that I have with this movie is that the acting is pretty bad. It's actually really bad. And the dialogue on top of that is super awkward in certain sequences. But going back to that positive aspect, there's a reason why the performances are really jarring, with also the bad dialogue in the mix. Because what M. Night does with this concept of age and getting older on this little secluded part of an island, it's truly unique and truly honestly brilliant with what he does. Because there's a certain scene where I was like, why is this guy saying the same dang line? I don't understand. Oh my god, that's brilliant. So in a weird way, the negatives are a positive and the positives are a negative.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is truly one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had in a film. And another issue that I have with this movie is heavy-handed exposition. This movie feels like M. Night is trying to spoon-feed us information, especially in the last 30 minutes. And my god, the reveal, I don't want to say it's super predictable, but the twist in it, it's not like bad or anything, but I felt like it could have been so much more. And there's nothing that I hate more than feeling like we are a bunch of kids watching this film. First of all, kids should not be watching this movie, but second of all, adults who get treated like kids with exposition like the way M. Night goes about in this film truly made me sad because I wanted to go in this film not really expecting what was going to happen by the end. And when you get to the middle of the film, you kind of see where it's going because it gives you all these little hints throughout the film. I actually wish M. Night was willing to trust his audience a bit more. Let's go into the things that worked for me in this film. The concept of this movie is absolutely insane and I loved it. I love the idea that these people are trapped here and they're trying to get out, but there's no way out for them. And they're aging. They're going to die within a day. I think that's absolutely terrifying and thoroughly entertaining, the concept. And the other thing that I really loved about this movie was as people grow older, you see them having disabilities. You see tumors literally growing from a golf ball to a softball. You see people going through dementia. You see people losing sight, going deaf. I honestly was completely terrified whenever those sequences happened because it just felt so real. Overall, Old is one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had in the theaters in the last year probably. It's typical M. Night Shyamalan. Whether that's good or bad for your experience, it was really in the middle for me. It's right between Signs and The Happening. It's just awkward. I felt like overall the performances were just very jarring. The dialogue was really bad. But to a fault, to a point, it makes sense with what M. Night was doing as the people grow older. Some of the characters are going to act a certain way when they get to a certain state in their age. Totally makes sense. But majority of the film, I feel like, misses the mark with what it was trying to hit, especially with the themes and with the exposition, so heavily handed. I still had an entertaining time though, and I really actually recommend this movie for people who love film, or if you want to watch something original, check out Old. It's one of the most unique original films that you'll probably see here in the next year or so. I'm not even going to give a score because my mind could change. I could later on be like, I hate this movie, or later on I could be like, I love this movie. I probably need another viewing, but this is just my thoughts after one viewing, so actually I'm going to give Old nothing right now. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to be blessed.